Hi guys, DanTheWolfman here. Today I want to talk about right now how I use a modified cart position, why the way I do it is different than the way other people teach it, and what I think the purpose is, okay? So modified cart position, John Wick style. Not just, oh my God, half a foot, but I use it for searching, okay? That way I can, and I'm safe downrange, I'm the only one here. I'm in here. Now my left elbow is just like Marine Corps sniping, okay? My left elbow is structurally supported into my rib cage. That's what I do differently than other people. Other people will wrap all the way here, and if that's what's natural for like this thing at real tight CQB, okay, we're talking not just about shooting off 90 degrees though. Though this position should be trained, you can see me doing it seated at distance at good hits, as you know, if you're stuck in a vehicle, as car got hit, rammed in, trapped in, kind of thing here. But mostly for searching as well as up levels. So I'm in here looking through my sights. Also a big dot like a Gideon Omega, like a SRO, works really well. Also for shield use, if you're doing shield entry, I was a guest through SWAT school, you basically got the shield here in the crook of your elbow and you're like this. It's really hard with a Glock because of the Glock angle, but you got to do it, right? So you're basically doing half of it on a shield, okay? But here, it's the structural support. It's not just this, learning a whole new hold. Yes, I've done Mozambiques at close distance that way with this kind of around the front strap, but I can keep my regular hold, and where your thumbs go as long as there's not a ton of pressure on the slide. But I'm still in here. Okay, so let's just take a couple static shots. Nice centered hits, and I'm at 4 yards, 12 feet. And today I'm shooting pretty shitty, using some full-size DA essays. So doing a lot of striker stuff lately, doing that 2-shot drill here. So let's just do that again. Where are the hits? First two are split right on the center. Those two are split a little wider up there. I'll show you. So the first two are here and here. The second two are there and there. And that's a DA to SA transition pistol. That's not so shabby, okay? Plus, if you're doing structure clearing, if you have a big structure to clear, even if you're in a stack, even if you got maybe more than just one buddy with you, like one partner with you, this gets awfully tiring. So then you start seeing all kinds of weird stuff and pistols not where they need to be, or you're hanging off a guy just like that. I get it if you're in a stack. However, this is structural support. So I'm still with sights where I need to be. This is really, really helpful if you're clearing an area like a movie theater way up high and you need to clear a stairwell, stuff like this. Instead of out here with the exposure, I'm cutting the corner up at an angle, okay? So let's say I'm searching that drug house, that meth house that has junk everywhere. That's another good reason where you're turning corners. Instead of being outstretched where there's a gun grab, I'm searching, I'm in here, and boom, he might be there under all the blankets, that kind of thing. Drive it! And I made my 2 effective hits. Again, and this is DA first. And there's my 2 effective hits. Now I'm only at 4 yards, but if you practice this, you can move it farther back. And again, for car situation, don't even use the thing that's gonna have give on your car, and every car is different. Just do your structural support here. So that's what I do differently with the car position than others. And one pretty bad hit in there, but still all hits. So in the controlled pairs, everything was good. Rapid fire, I dropped a couple low at the end there. But when I did my controlled pairs, it was splits like this, all in the 8-inch pie. That's good enough, okay? That's good enough. And what it does is allow you CQB in here. It's not just this stuff, though that's part of it. I like it for searching, and if you're walking up or down stairs. So especially if you're going upstairs, instead of this with the weight of the pistol, if you're going upstairs and I'm checking both sides, right, and they might pop out of either door at the top of the stairs with the open door right and open door left, when I am in here and I can quickly, as I'm moving, and the structure is less than this bounce. Okay, so that's my little take on the modified cart position. In a fish shop, I have a target at 4 yards and another target you can't see at 8 yards, so it's hitting the backstop. So I'm searching in here and I gotta get busy. Okay. So all four were still in here on this guy, the 2-2-2-2. Those two are there. On that guy, that's just a little over transition, but if the accuracy was static, it's there, even though I don't train this that often. Here and here, with just a little bit of overswing on the transition back and forth, but those are perfectly like acceptable hits at 8 yards, okay? So it really allows a lot. And again, I could be here and then push out. But the reason is mostly structures, right? You're at 3 to 5 yards max, right? And you don't want to be out here. I can maybe just come in and I'm here. That also works extremely well with the ACSS reticle. Then you just have a donut of death in this position, a donut of death on that basically 8-inch upper thoracic cavity, you know, in the 5 to 9 yard range, pretty much. You basically just have a nice little donut of death with that ACSS reticle. But a Gideon Omega with the circle is also going to be fine. Anything like that, and you're right in there. So hopefully you guys appreciated doing a John Wick technique with a John Wick pistol. I thought that would be pretty cool. And why I'm not just, you gotta dirt this and the transition and all that. I'm not hating on the guys that do that. I know it was originally this front wrap, and in here it just kind of happens naturally. So if I was boom in here, ding, make sure you don't shoot your elbow. I've done it, boom, and roll them up with that little failure drill, hip rock, right? 1, 2, 3, stitch them up. You would naturally rotate to the front strap. But as a position, this is what other people are missing, is the structural support. Why I can have, and there's other videos, I think of the PT92, I did it seated down at like 17 yards from a table, you know, off to the left. So if I was a driver and I had to take this guy, carjacker, but there's riders out there, I have my structural support to make some good long distance hits, even though it's just the sighting system, it's closer to my eyes. But it's now there to be grabbed. It's not bouncing around going upstairs. And now I can elevate and look underneath the blankets and the stuff on the ground where a guy might be hiding, closet and all that stuff. So for searching and not having the fatigue out, if you're clearing a large house, a big, you know, structure, whatever. Let me know what you guys think. I know this one's controversial in the comments down below, but I showed you pretty adequate hits, and I haven't done this in a while. I'd like to know your thoughts. Please always thumbs up, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, always comment, and get some back and forth going. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the flip side.